Example 11. A group of 100 avid magazine readers were asked if they read 3 particular magazines. 45 read Catster, 54 read Fate, and 53 read Beadwork. 27 read both Catster and Fate. 29 read both Fate and Boardwork. 32 read both Catster and Boardwork. 13 don't read any of these magazines. How many read all 3 magazines? So this is a tougher one. This has got 3 different things that we need. So we're going to have to do a triple Venn diagram on this one. Okay, so here we go. We know that there are 100 total people that were surveyed here. And then we have, let's see, we have Catster, Fate, and Beadwork for all of these. Okay. Now, here's the thing that you want to try to do. Try to start as best you can with the middle. Okay. First, or really like most often, or more likely than not, it's going to be easiest to start with the last information that they gave you. So 13 people don't read any of these magazines. So there's 13 people out there. Okay. And then we have 32 read both Catster and Beadwork. So Catster and Beadwork. So there's 32. They're going to be in these two regions here. Let's see. There are going to be 29 are in both Fate and Beadwork. Read both Fate and Beadwork. Sorry, 29. And then 26 read both Catster and Fate. And then now there's 45 that read just Catster. 54 read just Fate. And then 53, read Beadwork, not just Fate or just Catster, but are in total in this circle total. So now we got to go through and figure out what all these numbers could possibly be. Okay, so we're trying to figure out this middle piece. We don't know what that is. Let's call that X. Okay, we know that there are 29, just with these numbers here, we know there's 29 that have to be in these 2 regions right here, right? Because there's 29 that read both Beadwork and Fate. So whatever X is, if we take 29 and we subtract X, that should be what we have for this region here, because we know both of these together are going to be 29. So let's say this is 10. This would have to be 29 minus 10. This would have to be 19. 19 and 10 give us the 29 total. Okay. Same thing for this here. This is going to have to be 26 minus X. And these two have to add up to 32. X is already there. So this is going to be 32 minus X. Okay. Now for these in here, we know that this whole thing is going to be 45 total in this region here. So this is going to have to be the 45 minus all of those, right? So it's going to be minus 26 minus X, and also minus 32 minus X. Okay, and then this one over here, same idea, 54 minus the, let's do this. Let's give it a little bit more room. 54 minus 26 minus X, and minus 32 minus X. And then this one's going to have to be 53 minus 32 minus X for the middle one, and then minus 29 minus X. Whew, that's a lot of stuff all together there. So we got to go through and we got to figure out what each one of these regions are going to be. So let's try to simplify each one of these regions here to see if that's going to help us out at all. So we've got 45 minus 26 minus X, minus 32 minus X. Okay, so we get 45, distribute this negative through, minus 26 plus X, minus X, negative 32, and the negative times the negative is plus X. So those X's cancel each other out, and we are left with 45. Negative 26 and negative 32 is a negative 58 plus X, right? So that this region in here is going to be what, X minus 13 will be all of this here. So let's get rid of this stuff here and call this x minus 13. And we'll do the same with this here. We've got 54 minus 26 minus x minus 32 minus x. Simplify that. It's 54. Distribute the negative to both. Negative 26. Negative times a negative is plus x. And we have a minus x. Negative times 32 is negative 32. Negative times negative x plus x. So those are gone as well. 54. Negative 26 and negative 32 is negative 58 plus x. So that one is going to be x minus 4. So we'll get rid of all of that and call this x minus 4. And then this one down here, let's see, didn't really leave myself much room. 53 minus 32 minus x minus 29 minus x. Okay, so that's 53, minus 32 plus x minus 29 plus x. Those x's cancel each other out. We have 53 minus 32, and that's a negative 29. That's negative 61 plus x. That gives us x minus 9. So then that there is all the same thing as x minus 9. All right? So now we know that if we add up all of these things here, it's going to add up to 13. Okay? So we just want to add up these, not add up to 13, sorry, add up to 100. Right? We just want to add all of these regions here and plus the 13, and it should all equal our 100. Okay, so let's do that, I guess, down here. So we got x minus 13 is this one. 26 minus x is this one. Oops, let's do a check mark so we know we got it. X minus 4. Got that one. And then we got 32 minus x plus x plus 29 minus x. That's all three of these. And then our let's see, x minus 9 plus x minus 9 plus 13 should all equal 100. And now we just got to start simplifying. So let's see, we've got an x. I'm going to use a different color and makes it a little easier. So we've got this x and this negative x cancel. This negative x and this x cancel. This negative x and this x cancel. And we just have one x left, right? So we've got an x. And then we got negative 13 and 26 is, you know what, let's just do this all on a calculator, make our life easy. Okay, so we got negative 13 plus 26 minus 4 plus 32 plus 29 minus 9 plus 13 plus 13. And that gives us 74. So now that would be x plus 74 equals 100. So we subtract 74 from both sides. That's 7. And we should get that x is 26. Okay, how many read all three magazines? 26 will read all three magazines. Whew, that was a doozy. That's about as tough as that's going to get in there. There's some nicer versions of that, but that's a big puzzle, but it's kind of satisfying when you're done. So anyway, if you have any further questions, please feel free to ask in class. Thanks.